Hello punters and welcome back to another Saturday racing preview. We're looking at Caulfield, of course. Group Racing returns to Victoria. Look at the Group 1 Memsie Stakes on tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic meeting. We've got a range of other listed and Group 3 level racing. Also a great meeting up at Rose Hill. We'll be looking at that one. And we might get into around the tracks. At this stage, I might just give my best bets on those, and I'm going to really shorten it because I've been finding that in terms of runners to follow, it's a little bit difficult going to spring. We just really want to zero in on the Victoria New South Wales meetings. That's where all the good racing is going to be happening. So we'll see how we go. We'll get into Caulfield first, have a look at that, and then we'll also look at Rose Hill in a later video. So first up, here we're going to look at Caulfield. 2,400 metres open handicap race here. The track's at the moment rated a good 4. Bit of rain about here in Victoria. Today's a pretty nice day, so I'd say the track will dry out from any recent moisture. So we might be working the good range, but might also be in the soft range. So we'll just keep an eye out for that and keep an eye on the track conditions as we go. But I've tried to form around soft and good tracks, so we'll see how we go with that. So anyway, race number 1, look at the speed map here. I'd say at Naval Warfare or Jinder might find the top. Another Coldie might also push forward, but not a whole lot of speed in this 2,400 metre race, but in a small field, it's not the be-all and end-all. So I'd find number 3, Alpha's really hard to beat here. I think this horse was a little bit disappointing last time out at Moonee Valley behind New Universe, but it was only over the mile. So, some horses go to Moonee Valley first up at the track and they don't handle it. I think this horse, looking at its run, probably didn't handle the track very well. Willing to forgive it, comes back to Caulfield here, of course, had a win here at the track and distance. I see barrier 1, Luke Nolan just saddling up this horse right in behind the speed. Gets the perfect run, he'll get out and finish over top of him. So I think this horse, I'm happy to be with it. Number 3, Alpha's on top at $4.40 to beat number 5, Exemplar. Again, similar to Alpha's. I think I was willing to forgive that last start at Moonee Valley. Prior to that, it was pretty good at Flemington, coming from a long way back, hit the line well. I'd say 2,400 metres is going to suit this horse really nicely. If we find a rain-affected track, I'll be pushing this horse into my top selections. Had 4 starts on a soft track for a win and 3 placings. So keep an eye on the track conditions with that one, but Exemplar has a good chance tomorrow stepping up in distance. If a third, number 6, Jinder, down the waist, T.O. Nugent's 2 kilo claim brings this horse in at 52 kilos. It's been absolutely flying recently. Last 2 runs at Sandown and Flemington, especially its last start at Flemington beating Suppressor and not a single cent. Horses that were really up and about, running well over the staying trips. That was a really impressive performance. And if this horse can get to the front and find an easy time of it, it'll prove really hard to beat again, being rock hard fit. So I've got it in for 3rd. In for 4th, number 1, Naval Warfare. Another horse that'll be up on the speed, and I'd say it'll be hard to run down. A little bit disappointing last time out at the Valley, over 2,040 metres, but comes back to Caulfield here, steps up to 2,400 metres. Most of its best runs have been around the 2,400, 2,500 metres, so I'm happy to be with it. In for 4th. A bit of a watch on your US Army range. I've got a bit of opinion of this horse. Second up stats are really good. It's had 3 starts, second up for a win and 2 placings, so a bit of a watch on it. Stepping up a distance. Also, Cedar Grun's got a bit of a chance as well. Another Coldie even has a chance. It really is an open race. I wouldn't put you out of tipping any of these on top, but I'm going to go number 3, Alpha's on top to beat number 5, Exemplar. In for 3rd, number 6, Jinder, and for 4th, number 1, Naval Warfare. Race number 2, over 1,200 metres, benchmark 78 here. Looking at the speed map, say Chestdale will find the top, Godolphin might go with it, Sam's Image might look to get across and find the speed, but not a whole lot of speed in the race. As such, I think that a lot of my chances are towards the front, but I'm hoping that number 4, Mastering, can get close enough to the speed. Hopefully, T.O. Nugent can just saddle it up from barrier 4 into a decent position, not too far behind them. Because this horse, I think its recent trial has been superb. So it's got great first up stats, three starts for 2 wins. Its soft track stats are really good, so we get into that range. We know it'll get through the going well. And even on top of the ground, it's had 11 starts for 2 wins, 3 placings. So it can get through any conditions, this horse. And look at last prep. I mean, it absolutely brained him at Kilmore. I know it is only benchmark 78, but it finds a 78 here again. And it beat Exultara on that occasion, who's going around this race by 6 lengths. Then it went to Flemington, was really unlucky by an Usain Bowler. That horse, of course, is absolutely flying. Then it came out at Caulfield and won again. So this horse last prep had a win and 2 wins and a second to start its preparation. So I think it'll be forward enough and be ready to go here. Blinkers are on. I just really like it. I just like its recent work, and I'm happy to have it on top at the $7 and $2.50 the place. In the second, number 12, Dawn. I think this Hawks 5-year-old mare has got a bit of ability. She was really good last time out behind prime candidate at Rose Hill. That all since gone and run well last week at Randwick. Second up stats are really good. 3 starts for a win and a third. If we get that soft range, it's had the 1 start on the soft going and it's won it. So we know should handle the wet track well if we get there. But even on top of the ground, we know it'll get through that as well. So I really like this horse second up here. It's got a nice chance, especially if we can find a good spot on the, just in behind the speed from barrier 11, which I think it might do. Moving on into third, look, I like number 3, Chester. I can give a bit of a case for it. I'd say that first up stats are really good. 2 starts, a win and a placing. Last time out, first up, it beat Rohan at Rose Hill. If it repeats that sort of performance, it can win this. It's 2 starts after that, a little bit disappointing by Zoo Style and Boom Sarah. That was, of course, in much better company than what it faces here, though. So I think this horse got the class edge. For this 4-year-old gelding for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. If they leave it alone, Mark Sarah can dictate terms. It'll prove really hard to run down. So I've got it in for third. And then in for fourth, number 16, Diamond Effort. Look, can't give this horse... I'll give it a really good chance. Last time out, it was very impressive behind Pippi, and it might want to use that inside barrier to find a closer position. But for me, $3.30 is rock bottom odds. I just couldn't dive into that. I think I've got a few ahead of it. So other runners, look, I can give a chance. Number 13, Good Odin, if it's close enough for the speed. If there's not a lot in it, it'll prove hard to run down. It enjoys running here at Caulfield, so I've got to keep a bit of a watch out for it. And Ruben Blue, of course, was terrific last time out. I backed it in at $16 odds and tipped it to the channel. And hopefully you guys got on. That was a really good win. Really got backed in well late. And I think a repeat of that performance will see it go very close here again. So very good race in race number 2. But I'm happy to beat number 4, Mastering on top, just from what I've seen from the trials. In for second, number 12, Dawn. In for third, number 3, Chess Star. And in for fourth, number 16, Diamond Effort. Moving to race number 3, 1400 metre Bears race here. And I'd say the speed map, Savapinski will find the top. Should be find it pretty well. And I'd say Music Bay will probably try and follow along, get a nice spot. Special Diva likes to go on the pace, so I'd say B.O. Ruben Hay now might use the inside barriers. So I can see a little bit of speed in this race, but I'd say Savapinski will find the top. And I think this horse will be very hard to beat. It's got the class edge on these. Looking last time out, it ran over 1200 metres at Moonee Valley behind Runson, then went into a Group 3 behind Cool Passion where it finished 13th. It was on speed, just tailed out there. Comes the Kieran Murray and David Eustons. This horse, of course, used to be with Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. I like the stable change, and I think that despite the near 300-day let-up, I think this horse can run a good race here. And if it is allowed to dictate terms at 1400 metres, I think it'll prove really hard to run down. So happy with it to be on top at each way odds. To beat number 2, Music Bay, at the $3.90. Really like its recent work, especially its recent trial at Cranbourne. That was really impressive. First up stats are really good. 3 starts for a win and 2 seconds. We'll get through the soft going if we get into that sort of those conditions, and also on top of the ground doesn't mind that either. It's never had a place at Caulfield from 3 starts though, so it's a little bit of a concern, but I think from its recent work I couldn't not put it in the numbers. In for third, number 4, My Pendant. No knock on this horse. I'm a big fan of this horse, and going from benchmark 84 up to a open handicap race. A mare's race is a bit of a step up in class, but I think this horse is well up to it. So it's only missed a placing once in its 8 starts, and that was in a Group 3 at Flemington. So I think this horse has got a lot of ability. If we get into the soft range, it'll handle those conditions well. On top of the ground, it handles any conditions really. So this horse can give a great chance for it. For me, I just didn't want to go into it at the $2.10, a little bit short. In for fourth, look, I want to give a bit of a chance to number 9, Betty Ray Ruby. This horse has been flying at this preparation. It's had 2 starts at Sandown for 2 wins. Beat Feared Eyes at Atlantica. And I would say it won't be too far behind the speed, and it might prove pretty hard to run down. If it gets a crack at them, I'd say it'd be running into the top 4 late. Look, again, another open race here. I'd say that I want to look at Flying Sardine. I think this horse got a bit of ability. It's coming out of a Group 3 race at Riccarton for Rachel Frost. Straight to this race here. If we get on a soft track, it really does handle the softs going well. It's had 13 starts for 5 wins, 3 placings. Just for me, I want to have a bit of a watch first up. But if you want to back it, I wouldn't say no to that at all. So looking at the recap of the numbers, number 1, Savapinski on top. Just like it, the each way odds, especially if it's able to dictate terms out the front. Number 2, Music Bay for second. And for third, number 4, My Pendant. Just as I said, I look big rap on the horse. Just a bit of a query on the price. Wasn't willing to put it on top. And then for fourth, number 9, Betty Ray Ruby. Race number 4 here, 700 metre listed race. Looking at the speed map, I'd say that Valak will find the top and probably be able to dictate terms. Not a lot of speed this race. Lord Van Dago might go forward. There might be another one that might surprise us and get forward, but for me, there's really not a lot of speed in the race. And as such, it does make a little bit difficult. So I just wanted to go with probably the horse that I think's the most forward and the one that we can back. And number 13, Super Titus, was absolutely terrific last time out at Flemington over 1400 metres. Steps up the extra 300 metres. I think they'll suit it perfectly. Second up stats are good. Form by Vinland's been quite good, so I'm happy to stick with it. Just think that run last time out of some of these other ones was really, really good, and I'm happy to have it on top. To beat number 14, Benatoire, of course, has been flying, loves running here at Caulfield. It's had 2 starts for 2 wins. For getting to the soft range, I'll be putting this horse on top. So 4 starts on the soft for 4 wins. On top of the ground, it's never run a place. So I'm waiting to see the track conditions to see which way I swing. At this stage, while we're on the good track, I'm sticking with number 13, Super Titus each way. But if we get in that soft range, I'll probably switch to Benatoire. But at this stage, I'll keep it as that. In the third, I want to give this horse a bit of a chance at odds. And it's number 9, Samari. Second up here, like first up at Caulfield, a weight for age Group 2. Was probably a bit out of its depth there. Comes right back in class here. Second up stats are terrific. It's had 2 starts, second up for 2 wins. So I'd say that this horse will improve greatly. Steps up to 700 metres, which will suit this horse much better. I think it'll be running a nice race at $23 odds. Also want to give a chance to number 8, Guizo. Of these horses, it's the most forward. Loves running here at Caulfield. It's never missed a place, so perhaps I'm being a bit silly leaving you have it the top 3. It was a great win last time out. The form of that race has been pretty good. Of course, it beat some of the more fancy runners here in Captain Cook and the like. So look, I'll give it a great chance. But again, really open race, and another horse that look. I mean, Valak could even run a good race on the speed. I just think this horse is much better when it gets out over further ground. So I'm just looking and willing to leave it out. But also number 15, Twilight Run, is also couldn't leave you out of giving it a chance. Captain Cook's a chance. Even Steel Prince. I just think that Steel Prince might be looking for a bit further, obviously, as we know, and might need this run first up. But really open race, very difficult. Race number 4, just recap the numbers. Look, number 13, Super Titus on top at this stage. If we're getting that soft going, number 14, Benatoire is my second pick. I'll swap them around. But this stage, number 13, Super Titus on top. In for second, number 14, Benatoire. In for third, I like number 9, Samari, just a bit of each way odds. And in for fourth, number 8, Guizo. Race number 5, here's the first of the group race of the day. It's the HDF McNeil Stakes over the 1200 metres. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say that King of Hastings and Sebricate will find the top. Bakali might look to get forward. Landos and Dubious might use the inside barriers, tuck in behind the speed. For me, look, I've got to go with King of Hastings because I just really liked its recent work. And of some of these runners, I think it's going to be the most forward. It's only had a 63-day break. Some of its form out of its last prep have been really good. The form out of its trials have been good as well. If we get into the soft going, it'll get through that, we know. So I'm just happy to be this horse. I think it'll be on speed, prove really hard to run down, so I'm happy to be it on top. To beat number 9, Missile Mantra, got a massive opinion of this horse. It was terrific last preparation with 2 wins. That win at Caulfield was absolutely superb and that's in the second race start. Real big watching it here. Really would like to watch the betting in the Manning because this horse got a top chance. Just a bit of a concern how far back it's going to be in the run. In for third, look, I'll give a chance number 2, Sebricate again. Obviously, I had it on top last time out. It was smashed by Bivouac, but it finished in the second. If they leave it alone out front, it'll be hard to beat, especially in the good conditions. It loves being on top of the track, so give it a good chance. In for fourth, number 4, Super Seth. Again, massive opinion of this horse. Some terrific runs last prep. It was obviously failed as a $1.40 favourite at Flemington when ridden on speed, but I think this horse can run well into the placings again. Bit of a watch here. Look, again, it's another open race. Number 5, Pidra. The format of its races has been superb. I mean, you look at Condo's Express. We've seen what that horse has done since. This horse smashed it on that occasion. Then it's beaten Knock Knock. The format of that race, we haven't seen too many come out of that race since, but it really dominated well there. Big watch on Pidra. And also, look, I mean, Dubious could find a bit of if it can find its form from last prep, it can definitely be in the placings here. It was a little bit disappointing first up, but also another horse I want to give a chance to. Number 8, Bakali's been trialling really well. Shotmaker's been trialling pretty well. A bit of a wrap. So it looks very open race. I'm happy to bet number 3, King of Hastings. Just think on speed it'll be hard to run down. Out of number 9, Missile Mantra. In for third, number 2, Sebricate. In for fourth, number 4, Super Seth. As I said, it's another race where I could almost allow you to back any of these. They've all got a great chance here. Race number 6, Group 3, the MRC Everest Series Heath Stakes over the 1100 metres. Few horses resuming here. And it's a really good race here. For a Group 3 race, this is almost as good as it gets. I'd say a bit of speed. Say Ball of Muscle and Guitra will try and get forward. I'd say Vega Magic will use the inside barrier to get forward. Crystal Dreamer and Streets of Avalon will be quite prominent as well. So, and it'd be interesting what they do with Malagira, whether they drop it back off the speed or get it up there like it did last prep a few times out. I think this horse Malagira is a good chance here for Lindsay Smith. A lot of gear changes leading to this race. First up stats are great. So 7 starts for 4 wins and a second. If we get that soft range, I'll be even more confident to have 4 starts on the soft track for 2 wins and a placing. I think this horse just will get the right run of the race. It's coming out of really good form last prep in group racing. Look, while I do think it'll get better as the prep goes on, I think it can get a kill here early with Ben Mellum in the saddle. $7.50 the win, $2.10 the place. I'm happy to make a play at that. Ahead of number 4, Vega Magic, who has been doing some really nice work leading to this. Jump out's been good. Blinkers come on. Obviously, first up stats are pretty good as well. It's a group performer. Loves running at Caulfield. 4 starts for 3 wins. I just couldn't dive in at $2.15 first up for me. Just wouldn't want to go there. In for third, number 1, Ball of Muscle. Well, we know this horse can be a knockout chance. It obviously beat Redzell first up last prep over the 1,000 metres. Then went into a Group 1 Wait for Age race behind Sandow Lane. It failed on that occasion, but got to respect its first up stats. 12 starts for 4 wins, 4 seconds, and a placing. And also, I mean, its trials recently leading in have been as good as it gets, really, for Ball of Muscle. So this horse will be on speed. It'll give him something to run down, and it might prove pretty difficult to chase. If a fourth, look, I want to give a bit of a chance. Number 3, Guitra. This horse was terrific last prep. It's had a quick, just a quick spell over the 70 days. Had a good trial at Moorfield recently. Looking at its last few runs at Flemington, they were terrific up the straight over the 1,000 metres and the 1,200. I think 1,100 metres would be pretty good. This horse, of course, went round in a Stradbroke and in a Goodwood, and also won a Group 3 placing. Group 2 placing at Moorfield during their carnival. So this horse got a great chance. Just think that there's a few classic gallopers in this that might need. It just might be running onto the placings. I can't see it as a winning chance necessarily. But recapping the numbers, look, race number 6. I do like number 5, Malagira on top at a bit of each way odds. I think it's got a great chance. In for second, number 4, Vega Magic. In for third, number 1, Ball of Muscle. And for fourth, number 3, Guitra. Moving to race number 7, here is a Group 3. It's the Mott Chandon Cochrane Stakes. Look at the speed map here. I'd say that there won't be a whole lot of speed. I'd say Pippi will be able to dictate again. It'll be really tough to run down. I want to see Sylvia's Mother. I want them to be positive off the inside barrier and get up in behind the speed. And if it could do that, if Dwayne Dunn does that, this horse will win. Sylvia's Mother, not a lot of speed in the race. If it's able to sit just in behind Pippi, it will beat Pippi. I've got no doubt about it with even luck. The format of its last run at Flemington have been terrific. The tick-over trial was really good behind Kylese at Warwick Farm recently. So, I mean, you look at the sorts of form behind it. My Pennant, of course, has gone since. We'll get a bit of a form reference with My Pennant going around earlier on in the card. So, I just think this horse is the group performer, and having already been into its prep, I think it might be really hard to beat if it gets that right run. To beat, so I've got number 11 on top. To beat number 13, Pippi. If it can do what I did last time out, it'll take a stack of beating. I just think that that win beating Diamond Effort was as good as it gets. It was under hands and heels, asked for no effort by Benny Mellon. Right down the weights again here, steps right up in class, but this horse is up to it. I mean, looking at its form, it was only 2 lengths off Sunlight in a Group 3 at Caulfield, 2 lengths off Multage. I mean, that's really good form, so it's very much capable of stepping up to this sort of class and winning. Just for me, I'll rather be Sylvia's Mother just being the proven performer at this stage. Number 5, Embrace Me, could improve. There's not a lot of speed to come off in the race, but I thought it was really good last time out behind the Inevitable at Flemington. Steps out the extra 200 metres, which will suit this horse perfectly. Second up stats are pretty good, so I'm willing to give it a bit of a chance. Also, number 2, Spanish Whisperer, has got a bit of a chance over 1200 metres. This horse was only just beaten by Embrace Me, and then, of course, went and won at Flemington over 1400 metres. That was a Group 2. So this horse is a group performer, so we know that it will run a good race here, especially if... look, I mean, they might look to go close to speed as well on Spanish Whisperer. I mean, its best runs have been just in behind the pace. So this horse will run a good race also at each way odds, I think, with Mark Zara in the saddle. So recapping the numbers here, very good race. Number 11, Sylvia's Mother on top to beat. Number 13, Pippi. In for third, number 5, Embrace Me. And for fourth, number 2, Spanish Whisper. Race number 8, here is the Group 1 Weight for Age Memsie Stakes. Look at the speed map here. I'd say that Hartnell will get forward off the inside barrier. Cliff's Edge will find the top. Fundamentalists will roll along. Say they want to be a bit more prominent with Dispatch compared to last time out. Might see him behind the speed. Be Good Your Mother will get forward. Scars Justice will be up there. So there's a lot of speed in this race. And as such, I am looking at a back mark here potentially, or one that will sit midfield. It's a bit of a sticky gate, but I think you've got to be with number 11 Elite Say. I went to get it last time out just because of the odds, but it was an arrogant win. It beat Invincible Gem, who of course went out last week and ran really well in the Group 1 in Sydney. Again, ran a Group 1 placing, so the form's pretty good. Four starts second up for a win, 2 placings. Has had a win, and a place from 2 starts at Caulfield, so you know it loves the track. I just think that you've got to be there. It's just got to be a great chance with Ollie in the saddle, and I'm really happy to dive into $3.30. I think that they're nice odds to take about this horse. Look, to beat number 1 Hartnell, he's of course travelling really well. He was very good last time out behind Mystic Journey in the Group 2 there. Second up, I think it'll be much improved off that run. Gets Sereni going. Loves running here at Caulfield. So the old boy will be a great chance once again. In for third, number 6 Cliff's Edge of the on-speed runners. See this horse sticking on well. It was only just beaten by Mystic Journey last time out. Mark Zara said that the horse was travelling so well, he's surprised that it got beaten last time out. And I just think that this horse will be a great chance once again to run a good race. In the fourth, look, I want to give a bit of a chance here to number 5 Scars of Justice. If it can return back to that first up run, beating Jungle Edge, it'll run well here. It was only just beaten last time out by Dalasan. If we get into that soft range, this horse I'll be bumping up the numbers, but at this stage I'm happy to have it in for fourth. So recapping the numbers on race number 8, really good race at the Memsie Stakes. Number 11 Elite Say on top, just have to go with the Group 1 performer. A lot of these are Group 1 performers, but this horse is well into its prep, and look, I've got her as a good chance to win the Everest if she gets the slot, so I've got to have her to beat these. So number 1 Hartnell in for second, in for third. Number 6 Cliff's Edge in for fourth. Number 5 Scales of Justice. Moving to the final race of the card, over 1400 metres. Open race here, looking at the speed map. Over the 1400 metres, not a lot of speed. I'd say that Age of Chivalry, Travis, my friend, will find the top. Roxas Castle will get forward. Long Leaf might want to be a bit more prominent than what it was last time out. Antar, I'd say, will get forward. But look, I'm very happy to go each way odds at number 2 Iconoclasm here. It's had a bit of a freshen up since that first up run up the straight at Flemington behind Sosie Bond. Second up stats are pretty good. It's had 3 starts, had a win. Comes to Caulfield, where it's had 3 starts at the track for 2 wins, so it loves getting around Caulfield. Damien Oliver in the saddle. The most interesting thing, stepping back out to the 1400 metres, is going to suit this horse so much better. It's had 7 starts at the distance for 6 wins, so this horse loves the distance range. I'm confident they can improve off of that first up run up the straight to run a good race here. Number 1 Night's Watch, bit of a watch on this horse. First up stats are terrific, 4 starts, 2 wins and 2 placings. First up last prep was only 1.6 lengths off of Villiers in a mile race. Just for me, a little bit of a query on the 1400 first up, but I've really got to respect this horse. It's probably the class run of the race, so I've got to give it a great chance. In for second. In for third, number 4 Caulfield. Now this horse, of course, she ticked off her Group 1 over 2,500 metres. She can get through this sort of distance range. We saw her win a Group 2 last preparation, beating Angelic Ruler over 1,400 metres here at Caulfield. And then also it went to Rose Hill and finished 6 lengths off Very Elegant. She smashed them on that occasion in Group 2. So this horse is a group performer, and it can get across the distance range. While it will get better over further, I would think, I've still got to give it a great chance at each way odds in for third. In for fourth, look, if they do leave this horse alone out front, it will prove hard to run down, and it's Sorry, I just lost it for a second there. Where are we? Sorry, number 18, Age of Chivalry. Just think $2.90 rock bottom odds for this horse. Stepping up in class. I just would like to be with a couple others with that class edge. But look, there's a lot of good horses in this race. Got a bit of watch on number 16, Hangman. Got a big opinion of this horse. Just think it'll be better over further. So a bit of a watch on it. And also, if they don't run too hard out front, some of these front runners might be hard to catch. But look, I'm happy to go with number 2, Iconoclasm, at nice each way odds on top to beat number 1, Night's Watch. In for third, number 4, Caulfield, and then for fourth, I like number 18, Age of Chivalry. Now, looking at the best of the program, sorry, just going back and having a quick look through. For me, probably my best bet. Look, I'm quite happy to go race number 6, number 5, Malagira. I know it's an each way odds and nice price, $7.50, $2.10, but I'm happy to go there. I think it's got a great chance to win that race. Of course, that's being the Group 3 Heath Stakes. Another best bet of the card. Look, I think number 11, Sylvia's Mother, at the $3.40 would be very hard to beat. Look at the best each way plays. Also race number 8. So, you know what? Hang on, I'm going to quickly change that around. I do apologise. So, best bets. Race number 7, number 11, Sylvia's Mother at $3.40. Race number 8, of course, the Group 1 Memsie Stakes, number 11, Elite Say. Best each way plays. Race number 6, number 5, Malagira at $7.50 and $12.10 the place. And race number 9, number 2, Iconoclasm, the $8.50 and $12.70 the place. So good luck if you're following tomorrow. Of course, that late quaddie there's some really nice numbers. I've got my best each ways and best bets all in those last 4 races. So you've got a bit to wait if you want to follow me in on my best and each way plays. But good luck if you're playing tomorrow. Of course, we're hoping to continue the run of success. We had 4 winners out of 9 last week at Moonee Valley. Hopefully we can improve upon that and continue to build our bank ahead of spring. So good luck if you're following. Don't forget to have a look at my social media pages, _Racing Tips on Instagram and _Racing Tips on Facebook. So good luck if you're following. Go and check them out. Thanks for your support and good luck. Happy punting.